First things first, Chris is away right now and we have a Google like home system. So you know how you can tell Google to like turn on and off lights and stuff? So we have it set up to turn the fridge on and off. We do that because when we're filming, like the fridge obviously makes a noise. I wanted to turn it off, but for some reason it doesn't like my voice. I was like, hey, what if I just made my voice deeper and then maybe Google would listen to me? And so I was like, hey Google, turn off the fridge. And it freaking does it. Hey Google, turn off the fridge.
I'm sorry, there was an error and I'm unable to control your home device.
It only likes deeper voices. Is this not the funniest thing ever though? That like literally I've found a hack to get around like the Google voice system. For this week's video, I thought it would be fun if we just had a little chit chat, like one-on-one with my coffee in the kitchen. And I'm well aware if I move like this, you can see my whole setup right here. And that's why I'm gonna stand over it. Sorry about the reflections. Chris and I had a meetup last week in Toronto and got to meet some of you guys IRL in real life, and it was awesome, and we got to answer some of your guys's. I knew as I was saying that it was wrong. There was one question that you guys asked a lot, and it is a question that you guys write in a lot of our YouTube comments too. And it is, hey Chris and Lizzie, how do you guys get so many clients? How do you get clients? Where do you get clients? Where do you find your clients? Where do you get them from? How do you get clients? Where do the clients from? The number one way that Chris and I get clients, and how most people just get jobs in this industry, is word of mouth. And I know that's not exactly the answer you were looking for, but I want to give you tips on how to make this method work for you. Coffee break. And I'm gonna put this down because I feel like I'm gonna spill it and it's very full. The first thing I want you guys to do is practice your pitch in the mirror. And I know for a lot of you that are just starting, it's really awkward and uncomfortable to tell people what you do at first, and you're really nervous and you have a bit of that like imposter syndrome going on. But that's why writing out what you wanna say and how you wanna say it, and then practicing a little bit in the mirror is gonna help you a lot. When you're talking to people after a few times of pitching yourself, it's gonna be a lot easier and it's gonna be a lot more natural. Now that you have your pitch down, you have to tell people. So what kind of people are you telling about what you do? You're telling everyone. Your mom's friend Susan, it's your aunt, it's your uncle, it's all of your friends, the barista at Starbucks. Anybody you encounter, you need to tell them what you do, because naturally in conversation, this comes up a lot. What do you do? What are your hobbies? What is your life like? And then you're gonna be like, well, I'm a photographer. See, how easy was that? You're just gonna say like, I'm a photographer. Done. So to put this into practice and tell you guys about when this worked for us, I'm gonna share the story of when Chris and I got one of our biggest corporate clients. We were on our way, hold on, coffee. We were on our way to a cottage weekend with some friends, but a lot of the people at this cottage weekend we didn't know. There were gonna be like 10 other people that I'd never met before, and Chris had never met before. So whatever, we go up, we're all hanging out. As we're all introducing ourselves to each other, you know, it comes around to our turn, and Chris and I are like, yeah, so we run our own video production company agency thing. And well, that wasn't very smooth, and that's why usually I let Chris do a lot of the talking, because he's like really good at selling. He'll be like, yeah, we run a video production agency, and you know, we work for companies like this, this, and this. And they were like, oh, that's really cool. Like, what's that like? Or like, so what do those videos usually look like? And I was like, well, we actually just finished this one, and it was a project that we were really proud of, and it was ready to go on our phones to show. And that's also important. So have some examples that are really readily available if people ask to see some of your work. So whether it's like photos or video, have them on your phone or have them easily accessible so you can like pull them up. Telling people you do something is one thing, but what they really want to see is examples of your work, right? We pulled up that video and we showed everybody. 2 months later, turns out she worked for a large credit union and they needed some video work done. They called us. That recommendation and that person we met at that cottage weekend, for the past 2 years we've been doing work for them, and they're one of our favorite clients and best clients. Don't take this as thinking that we're well connected. I'd never met this girl in my life. I was not going up to this cottage weekend to pitch people on our job, but all it took was us being nice that weekend, being open to telling people about what we do, showing them one example, and just being confident in our skill set within that small period of time where we got our opportunity to say what we do, that ended up leading to us getting this client. Something else you can do if you don't have a lot of work to show in this industry already is just build up your portfolio so you have lots of examples to show people what you can do. And a lot of you guys are probably thinking, well, don't I need clients so that I can build up the portfolio, etc., etc.? Not necessarily. If you know that you can make a killer corporate video, then just make one. If you have nothing to show, no one's gonna hire you, so find a way to make those projects. Whether you're only getting paid $1,000 to make one video or a couple $100s to make that video, whatever it is, but you know that what you're making is worth like $3,000, make a $3,000 video for $1,000. Because then when you get that next client, you say, this video that I'm showing you right now, worth $3,000. And now that next project you have, you just got $3,000 versus your $1,000. You need your best work to show to sell that for the most amount of money that you can. I know this isn't necessarily the advice that you wanted to hear. You'd probably rather that I give you like more concrete info on like, you know, here's an email list or like go to this website or like sign up here. But that's not how you're going to create like a full client list that's gonna sustain you for years. These are the principles that Chris and I have used to grow our business. And it really is that easy, but you'll find that a lot of people just like aren't doing this stuff. Chris has also done some really great videos on how you guys can kind of create some jobs and some opportunities that'll pay you some money yourself, and I'll link them up here and in the description below. And with that said, I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please like it, and then subscribe, and then hit the little bell thing so that when I post more, you'll know about it. Question right in, that's weird. Clients, where do they come from? Clients, where do they come from? Make sense? You following me? Okay. Let's keep going. My freaking iPad died.